my testimony isn't a crazy one. It's not one that's, oh my goodness, this guy has to be saved. But mine, it's unique because usually you would see a type of dude to go through something like that, to drift away from God instead of come towards Him. So for me, to show my testimony, I have to start when I was a young one to a big one as I am today. So to start off, I was born July 2nd. Yeah, that's right. July 2nd, 1997. And my life, I didn't really remember much of my life until I was about 5 years old. And that's when my parents got divorced. And that was the first real image that I totally, fully remembered. And so that was a bit difficult, but I've learned to get used to it. So now I live with my mom here in Overland Park, and my dad lives in Florida. So that was a bit difficult, but that got me to where I am today. So I went through grade school at Liberty View Elementary. Got anyone out there?
Woo!
Yeah, and so I went there through grade school. I was pretty cool, I guess. Had some pretty sweet hair at the time.
Oh,
It was pretty cool. And so going through grade school, I didn't really think much of God. Didn't really know Him. I didn't really think much of Him at all. Except it's God, it's whatever. That's how I thought at first. And then I went to Kennecuck for the first year. And Kennecuckers out there, what's up? See you. And so I went to Kennecuck for the first year, and that's where I first saw my first vision of God, and where I totally fell in love with God. And I came home, and I was just a totally different person. But I didn't really know what to really do with that. So I came home, and I was different. I was a happier dude. And I was filled with God, but I didn't really live it out, I guess. And so from there, went through 5th grade. It was an awesome, cool year. And then after that, going into 6th grade, I went to Kennecuck again. I'm a true Kennecucker, as you can see. And went again. Got stronger, got better. But going to middle school was a bit different because you got lockers. It's a lot cooler. You're stepping up on the big boy scale. And so from there, that's where I started to follow kind of how my brothers would live. Because I saw my brothers always, with a girl or, around girls. And so, I thought that was kind of cool, girls, sweet. And so from there, I always felt like I had to be with a girl. Middle school relationships, come on. But, that was me. I always had to be in a relationship. And so, from there, 6th grade was kind of tough, jumping from girl to girl. But it was just kind of what was going on. So then 7th grade, going into 7th grade, went to camp again. Like I said, true Kennecucker. And I got stronger, got better, starting to get a little bit more of a vision of God. And this was the year that I started getting a actual, I guess, more intense relationship for 8 months. Kind of cool. 7th grade, what's up? And so from 7th grade, that was interesting. But it was the first time that God broke my heart. Because 7th grade, I was playing football and I broke my neck. And you don't really hear a story where someone breaks their neck and they're still living today. And so to go through something like that, to where I almost I could have died just that quick, and to see that God totally saved me was so crazy and so astonishing that I just, that was the first time God broke my heart. So that's when I started to really see, wow, God is truly there. So yeah, 7th grade, boom. 8th grade, went to camp again, like I said, true Kennecucker. And, got stronger, got better. 8th grade was still a situation where I had to be with a girl, and so with that, led to my next heartbreak, which was where my grandfather and dog passed away. It doesn't really sound, that harsh, but, to have two objects, or people, dogs, whatever, in your life, I've had all of my life, to have them all of a sudden go away that quick, it was so tough for me, because I had them all my life, and I didn't really know what to do, and the family was all upset, and I didn't really know what was going on, and so to know that I was never going to see him again was very difficult for me. So that was my second heartbreak, and so finished out 8th grade year, freshman year was where it really started to pick up for me. I went to camp again, best camp experience of my life. Came back and I was, on fire for God. I was ready to take on high school and live it all for Him. And from there, I went, from football, played, and then wrestling. I wrestled, and then I got back with a girl that I was with in 7th grade. This time, I thought I was a big boy, and I thought I could handle it. I was smarter. I knew what I was doing. I thought, so we were together for 5 months, and so then I went to spring break trip, and from there I came back, and there was a little bit of trust issues. So we ended up having to split, and that was very difficult for me because I put all my heart into her, and I did everything that I could, and to not have the trust there was just very difficult, and having the split was heartbreaking for me. And so from there, I was on a really low point. Didn't really know what to do with myself. I thought, if I can't be with her, then what's my point? What's the point of life for me? And then it kept on getting worse. I kept steeping low, and so I was talking to someone, and at this time I was very vulnerable. And it's no excuse, but I was very vulnerable. And during this time, I went past my physical my limits, my physical limits, and God's physical limits for me with a girl. And so that was very, really difficult for me to get over because ever since camp, I promised myself, I promised my wife, I promised God that I would live a pure life. And then that happened, and I can't believe I steeped that low still to this day, and have to, renounce on that. It's just wow. And so, it was so heartbreaking for me, and I didn't know what to do at all. I was steeping as low as I've ever gone before. I didn't know what to do with myself. And so, after that, I started to really find Christ. My heart was so broken for about a month, not knowing what to do. Didn't want to be at school, didn't want to do anything, didn't even want to talk to my mom. And so from there, I was like, what do I even do? But then I bowed down to the cross. And I had a mentor, thank God for Danny, came into my life. And he really helped me see that God does forgive me, even though I've sinned against Him. And even though I've broken the commitment that I had, He still forgives me, He still loves me so much, and that I need to forgive myself. And so He really helped me. We continued to pursue it, or He poured into me, and He really helped me out for this time. And so with that, He helped me for about a month, or not for about a month, for a month. And then I went to actually Point of Life last year, Woot Woot. It was pretty cool, and that's where I was like, wow, God is real. He's so here, and He's with me everywhere I go. And then I went to Joe White's Purity Conference, and that's where it really hit me, where I went down and bowed down to the cross, and that's where I was like, I'm going to be spiritually pure again. It's tough to get over something like that, but to say that I'm spiritually pure is something that I'm thankful to be able to say. And so after that, I continued to do Bible studies with Danny, and then I committed my life to Christ May 16th, 2012. And with that, I completely changed my life around, or God changed my life around. And so I changed who I hung out with, and the people that I was hanging out with, they were great guys. There was nothing wrong with them. It was just temptations that were coming, temptations that continued to come, and things that I was doing, with them that I don't know, I wasn't feeling it. And God was calling me to, depart, and so I did. So that was very difficult, and I'm still friends with him to this day, but I just had to do what I had to do. And so I changed what I hung out with. I found a church, Grace Church. What's up? And I also committed a year with no dating for a year. So through this time, I'm about in my 9th month now of May 16th. And it's been so different because for middle school and high school that I've always had to have a girl was very, difficult. And now that I'm living without a girl for over 9 months and pursuing God instead of girls is, so life-changing. And God's totally moving through me day in and day out. And so, finishing up the testimony, I then went to Kedney again. It was awesome, glorious year. And that's where I listened to Joe White and Adam Dunges just preach, and it really just got to me to where that I wanted to live unashamed, Romans 1:16. And from that day, I came home and I was ready to take on challenges of high school, the temptations of high school, and to really just live it for God in the best way I can and live unashamed for Him day in and day out. So I guess the moral of my story, the moral of my testimony is that, guys, you don't need a girl to make you happy all the time. And girls, you don't need a guy to make you happy all the time. But you truly need God in your life to be fulfilled in the heart, to be fulfilled for the rest of your life. Because God calls us to be in a relationship first with Him and then others. He'll bring you that other person when you're ready, And so, and if you don't believe that, and you're rejecting God continually, God will continue to break our hearts as many times as possible for us to realize that we truly need Him. And so for me, that happened as many times as I needed. And eventually, as you can see, I'm full and unashamed of Jesus Christ to the day I die. So on a lighter note, though, I hope they bring back The Wire. I hope that Lupe don't retire. I hope we keep on inspired. Thank you.